All right, so this one's completely outside of the box of the classic Italian bikes, but this has to be my favorite. Just kidding. Yeah, so this thing, you know, there's not much else to say, but this thing is absolutely perfect. So this is a SKYWAY TA. This is the bike that when I was a kid, you know, got into cycling or BMXing. This is the bike that I just had to have. I wanted it so bad. I used to beg my dad every single day, "Dad, please buy me this bike." It was probably the most expensive bike back then. The SKYWAYs were just, you know, super cool. They came in a chrome white. You know, not a lot of the BMXs were coming in the whites, so maybe that's what drew me to it. But you know, as you can see, I probably went a little bit crazy on the restoration on this guy. So I decided when I opened up Pro City Cycle, you know, back a number of years ago now, I'm getting old, that I just had to build the retro SKYWAY. So I was on eBay nonstop, going crazy, buying parts. I had the frame already, so I actually did get it repainted and got a decal kit and all that on it. So it's not an original paint scheme, but it's a restoration for sure. So there's a lot of NOS parts on this thing. New old stock, for those that don't know. You know, it is a new old stock pad, new old stock bar, cranks, pedals, brakes, seat, things like that. So it's I went a little bit crazy and spent way too much money on this thing. But, you know, you own a bike store, you got to do it. Yeah, this one has a little bit of history with the old store too. It was actually, you know, my first break-in. We've had a few of those now. But yeah, they busted in, they had to have the SKYWAY, they swiped the SKYWAY. Anyways, long story, found out who it was, we got it back. It's in store. Lots of people, lots of guys come by and they see it hanging up there and they're just like, "Oh my God, I used to have one of those when I was a kid," or "Man, that's the bike I always wanted when I was a kid." You know, so it's a really cool conversation piece in the store. I love it. I'd really like to ride it, but I'd probably break it. But yeah, you know, like the things like so I didn't bring them in, which I probably should have, but years ago, Vans came out with a Heritage Edition shoes. So they did a back rad Vans, and they did like an SC Racing Vans and things like that. So they came with this pad set. So I do have the SKYWAY pads, but I thought the rads with the checkers are a little bit cooler. So it's actually a suede pad. So I put that on there. Crew Jones. Yeah, a buddy of mine that we used to race for Oakley, he ended up finding me the Oakley grip. This is not an original grip, but you know, suits the bike. Little donuts on there. These grips now, if you find them new, go for extreme money. Like we're talking $400 or $500 for a pair of grips. So that's a little bit crazy, and I don't think that would make sense for me to do. But you know, I am crazy, so I probably would do it. But yeah, anyway guys, so this is one of the pride and joys in the fleet. If you guys want to see it, you're in Victoria, come on down. It hangs up downstairs in the store. And yeah, if you guys want to continue to see videos, click the button, subscribe to more awesome bikes.